Hi, Mama.
Good morning, Lynn.
Welcome to another episode of today's yoga question. Our topic of the month is Shavasana. We're getting excited about the launch of our newest digital course, the Shavasana Intensive, which you can find at www.lassiter.yoga. So today, Mom, I wanted to actually read you something from your book, 30 Essential Yoga Poses for Beginning Students and Their Teachers. So, on the chapter on Shavasana, which is the last chapter, of course, the first sentence of the chapter you say, to practice Shavasana is simply one of the healthiest things that you can do for yourself. Learning to relax and breathe well will help you to stay centered in the midst of days filled with multiple commitments and will help you to recover from nights when you had less sleep than you need. So I love
Wait,
that.
I wrote that?
You wrote that.
That's not bad, actually.
So
I did say so myself.
that's a kind of introduction to the topic. And then later in the chapter, you said something which leads to my question for today. You write on page 191, I used to notice a thought that stopped me from practicing Shavasana at the end of my yoga session or at some other time during the day. If I lie down to relax, then I will never get up. What about resistance? Many of us know this as a very delicious pose, but even I, for example, who teach restorative yoga and love Shavasana, notice similar thoughts about resistance. So, what tips do you have or advice? What have you learned from observing that thought?
Well, I want to start a little more broadly than that specific, but I will get there, and your job to rein me in, please. One of the main problems in Western civilization is we believe our mind. We believe our thoughts. And so if we have a thought of resistance, for example, we believe it's reality and it's true and it reflects everything about us. Now, what I believe is healthy is a friendly skepticism about my thoughts. That what else am I going to trust but what my mind puts together from my senses to tell me about the outside world and the inside world? I mean, where else am I going to know? Well, that's a question the mind asks. The heart doesn't ask that. The gut doesn't ask that. But the mind asks that. So I cultivate, and I think this is what spiritual practice asks of us, is a healthy skepticism of all these thoughts. And that's what I like to do when I meditate every night, is watch the arising of the thoughts. I don't discount them and I don't totally believe them, either one. So the first thing to do when you feel resistance like this, when there's a big part of you that knows all the scientific research, all the past experience that you yourself have had from practicing Shavasana and always feeling better. I've never talked to any yoga teacher or any yoga student who said, every time I do Shavasana, I feel horrible. It just doesn't happen. So you have all that, but there's still another part of you that you're at war with. And this is what the mind does. It divides and conquers. So if we can, on a mega sense, understand that that's just a thought, then we can trick the mind with the mind. And we can say, oh yeah, I'm so tired. If I lie down, I'll just go to sleep and never wake up for hours and won't get done what I need to get done, which is the most important thing in the world, is accomplishment, and we get lost in that vortex. Then you simply set a timer. You make an agreement. Okay, I'm just going to lie down for 10 minutes, and I'm going to set my alarm across the room so I have to get up, maybe a second one really loud or whatever you do. And invariably, you win if you do that, because you either stay there for 10 minutes and That's better than nothing. It's not a full 20-minute, but you were locked quiet for 10 minutes. That's going to change your life at that moment. Or you get up, you realize how good it feels, you set the alarm for another 10 minutes, and you lie back down. So there's no way. You either stay in it or come out of it, and either way you win. But I think you have to start it with this mega view of that's my mind, and it's at war with itself. Maybe it's because we have two hemispheres. I don't know. But what am I going to do about it is what practice is. And what I'm going to do about it is not use force, but not give in.
I like that so much. Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome, darling.
Thank you for whipping us into a frenzy for relaxation and Shavasana. So, www.lassiter.yoga. The new digital course is 21 days of Shavasana. It's going to be so delicious to start the new year with this. I mean, this is a true New Year's resolution in action. It's not some kind of abstract idea, but we're going to slow down together all around the world as we take day by day another dose of Shavasana. And you'll be with us the whole time. So thank you, Mama. Namaste.
Namaste.